Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and it is travel ball baseball weekend for me. About to get that rolling. This time it's with the 11-year-old. Check this out. Tony from Thinking Crypto had tweeted out a very accurate tweet. You've heard of scumbag regulator Gary Gensler. Now let me introduce you to J. Coward Clayton. Coward Clayton filed a lawsuit against Ripple hurting XRP holders days before Christmas 2020, ran out of the SEC's doors the next day. Now that XRP has been declared not a security, he is nowhere to be found. He's a top contributor on CNBC and is often brought in to talk about crypto. He has yet to make an appearance with Melissa Lee, Joe Squawk, Becky Quick, Andrew Ross Sorkin. And then John Deaton says, has Hinman or Clayton commented yet on the Ripple decision? Remember, Clayton was the only commissioner to review the Hinman speech. And then he says, remember, Clayton met Gary Gensler the day before Clayton filed the grossly overbroad complaint, absurdly alleging software code itself was a security. If you remember, this is the only time that anybody on CNBC has come anywhere close to asking Jay Clayton anything, and they didn't ask him anything.
Jay, let me...
And I tell you what, if these people on CNBC were paid to get views the way it should be, then they would have him on yesterday. But they're not paid to get views. They're paid to carry the narrative that they're told to carry, and that's why they haven't had him on there. Listen to this. Shameful.
About something that it winds up in my Twitter feed constantly. I've tried to look into it and done a little research on it. There's this argument about an action that the SEC brought on your last day as the chair of the SEC. This was the one to go after Ripple Labs executives, the CEO, the general counsel, and others, and kind of come after them for some sales that they had planned and whether they were upfront. There has been all kinds of speculation because Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, the general counsel, have been very public in their pushing back and fighting the SEC on this. And they've done some mudslinging and said that you and others at the SEC were compromised in this decision.
Yes, you were.
You had input that was coming in from people who are maybe Ethereum fans or others along the way. I get this question constantly. I just want to put it to you.
That's because it's true. That's why you get this question constantly.
What happened, and what do you say to those accusations?
Well, Becky, I'm not going to comment on any pending investigation.
See, it's not a pending investigation now. You can comment it all day long. If you use that for cover, then time to talk, Jay.
Action in front of the SEC. I think you know that.
And the other thing that the SEC won't give us is, did you know that 63 emails went out with that draft speech that gave Ether a free pass? Do you know who was the only commissioner to get a draft version of it?
Who's that?
Jay Clayton. Did you know Crypto Mom herself, Hester Peirce, never saw it? How do you draft?
Why would Clayton even be involved in that draft? Why would he even?
He gave input. He's the only commissioner. Bill Hinman was deposed. Ripple was successful in getting him deposed. Of course, they redact everything to the public. And I have it here if you want to.
Can we show this?
Oh, yes, you can show it.
So,
absolutely.
So I don't know if people can see this, but
it's pages of that.
This is an entire page of every single word on the page redacted, and there's pages of it.
This is your transparent Securities Exchange Commission.
Holy moly.
Holy moly's right. And we went through almost 3 years of this, and these people ought to be held to account and have to answer. Check this out. Just in Link 2 plans to sell tokenized assets using XRP. Ripple shows active interest in tokenization. I think I talked about that the other day. Now here's the big news for today. James Phelan put this out. In SEC versus Terraform Labs, Do Kwon case, the SEC has filed a pleading discussing Judge Torres' decision in SEC versus Ripple, in which it states that SEC staff is considering the various available avenues for further review and intends to recommend that the SEC seek such review. Pleading below, SEC says XRP ruling was wrong, signals it will appeal. And then here's the little clip that Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, you should know. Contrary, this is what the SEC said in this Doquan thing. Contrary to the defendant's assertions, much of the Ripple ruling supports the SEC's claims in this case and rejects arguments defendants have raised here. However, with respect to the programmatic and other sales, the SEC respectfully avers that Ripple conflicts with and adds baseless requirements to Howey and its progeny. Respectfully, these portions of Ripple were wrongly decided and this court should not follow them. They are literally asking a court not to follow the judge's decision. SEC staff is considering various available avenues for further review and intends to recommend that the SEC seek such review. And so then we have, and here's Paul Graywall. He's the general counsel at Coinbase. He says he's replying to this guy. This guy's saying SEC files response to Doquan, saying Judge Torres erred in her XRP ruling, and it's likely to appeal. The kicker: Ripple's reasoning is impossible to reconcile with all these fundamental securities laws principles. And he says, if only the commission cited one case, any case in which the level of howiness required varies based on sophistication of the investors at issue. Tellingly, they don't, and once more argue policy over the law as it is. And Mark Cuban himself, the billionaire, they also refer to every buyer as an investor in their filing. That's not the case, and Ripple made that clear. Securities have one purpose: to be a security. For a DeFi or a CEX buyer, it's impossible to know why a buyer buys, but it's possible to look at the blockchain and see there are transactions based on the utility of the token. And my question is, signals? Why are you signaling appeal? Just do it. I love watching Gary pretend to be holding the cards when this is devastating for him and everyone knows it. And then Yassin Mubarak, to me, hits the bullseye just like this person says. This is simply posturing by the SEC to get ready for negotiation with Ripple. Remember, folks, remember these words, post, judgment, settlement. That is what I'm calling, okay? It's too risky for Gary to appeal it, and Gary can't benefit from an appeal because Gary's not going to be there. Not to mention all the things that can politically happen between now and then. You could have a new administration. Gary could be booted out. There's too many things that can go wrong. This entire case, the SEC had time on their side. They could drag it out all they wanted to, and now the script has flipped. Now Ripple has time on their side, and Gary is out of time. Out of time. I think that's an REM album, and it's a slogan from the movie Back to the Future. Out of time. When you're in a weak position, you have to bluff, appear to have leverage. But the reality is, as Freddie Riz said, Ripple is in the driver's seat, and everyone knows it. And I'm going to put out of time on my thumbnail. Of time. Because they are, and everybody knows it. Then you've got this, the Bitcoin maxis over at CoinDesk are spinning anything they can to make what's good for XRP good for Bitcoin. Listen to this.
The chart of the day is brought to you by Crypto.com, the world's fastest growing crypto app.
Let's take a look at the chart of the day. A technical analyst says XRP has set a bullish precedent for Bitcoin with a move above key price resistance, opening the doors for a sustained rally. After surging nearly 60% in the last month, the rally saw prices move above a technical analysis indicator called an Ichimoku cloud, confirming a bullish breakout. Fairlead Strategies said in a note to clients that this sets a good example for Bitcoin, as the largest cryptocurrency by market cap has yet to...
What a joke these people are. I mean, what a total joke. I mean, it's like, and then CoinTest puts this out this morning. And remember, they don't put anything out about ETHgate or all the different companies and people in that. They throw the shade on Ripple. After last week's partial XRP ledger victory against SEC, the crypto industry celebrated, but Ripple's reputation in cryptocurrency circles is complicated and has been from the start. Here's a look. Don't talk too good about XRP or Ripple. These people, I mean, they are sick. And then XRP crypto, Wolf XRP poised for boom as Uphold CEO predicts major institutional interest. And by the way, I was listening to a little bit of the Black Swan Capitalist. They interviewed the Uphold CEO, and the CEO said that they are using. I want to say he said that they're using. They're creating their Uphold Vault, and they're using. I think he said they're using a custody solution out of Ireland, I believe. That's material to what I'm about to show you. That's why I brought it up. First, I wanted to show you this. Look who's on the streets of New York. That would be one Sam Bankman-Fried walking free in New York. And this guy says, so yesterday the SDNY randomly filed new files in old Tether and Poloniex case. The file was that they wanted to depose a crypto trade whose name was redacted. Look who was in New York City near their office. Is he trying to cut a deal by ratting out others? Now, to our Ireland story. Crypto Cowboy put this out this morning. Ireland is an important puzzle piece to Montenegro. This is a quote from, I guess, Stuart Alderati. Once the exchange has the Irish license, Ripple wants to passport its services across Europe, Stuart Alderati told CNBC. Ripple is also going to file an electronic money license application in Ireland. And at the same time, don't quote me, you might have to go back and watch it, but I'm almost positive the CEO of Uphold said that their Uphold Vault is being worked on out of Ireland. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Ripple Ireland. Going to get interesting. Thanks for listening.